Our nation's identity has always been defined by freedom from political control over our lives. Our founding fathers recognized that we were meant to be land of the free and home of the brave. Today, can we really proclaim these words with honesty as we watch our freedom slip away? Do we really have brave leaders who are courageous in making the choices to keep us free and strong? Are the brave rising up against intrusive politicians? Are the brave uniting for liberty? Do you know of any brave men or women who are really doing the hard, urgent things to get our fiscal house in order so that our children and grandchildren can continue to proclaim their America as land of the free and home of the brave, rather than land of the oppressed and home of the cowards? My name is Scotty Bowman, and I'm your Libertarian candidate for United States Senate. Thank you for joining me today as I share my vision with you. I want to help resurrect the land of the free. It will take brave men and women to take back our country from the philosophy that is permeating our culture, the belief that politicians need to intervene and make our lives better, that we need to sacrifice and give our fair share. This belief is in stark contrast to my belief that you should make decisions for your life, ones that help you succeed, help you accomplish your dreams, and help you meet your personal and family goals. The defining issue in this campaign is the economy and how to create the most jobs. There were only 96,000 new jobs added in August, as opposed to 141,000 in July, according to the Department of Labor. While they report that the unemployment rate dropped from 8.3% to 8.1%, this is primarily due to the fact that 368,000 people stopped looking for work. To keep up with the growing population in the U.S., at least 150,000 jobs need to be created each month. Clearly, we are currently headed in the wrong direction. This poor performance is, of course, due to the embracing of Keynesian economic philosophy, which involves borrowing $787 billion to inject that same $787 billion back into the economy. This does nothing to promote economic recovery, as evidenced by the employment numbers released in September. I believe that reckless spending by Congress and the current state of our national debt is a national security threat. When it comes to the interrelationship between foreign policy and national security, we must look hard at what is best for the interests of the American people. While I support a strong military to defend the United States against aggression, the United States should take a more diplomatic approach and abandon its attempts to act as policeman for the world. The security of the nation must be subject to oversight and transparency. American foreign policy should seek an America at peace with the world. Our foreign policy should emphasize defense against attack from abroad and enhance our likelihood of peace by avoiding foreign entanglements. I believe we should end the current policy of foreign intervention, including military and economic aid. We must recognize the right of all people to resist tyranny and defend themselves and their rights, and condemn the use of force, especially the use of terrorism against the innocent, regardless of whether such acts are committed by governments or political revolutionary groups. With regard to economic aid to foreign countries, there is little evidence that foreign assistance advances U.S. interests. Let's take a look at Egypt, for example. The U.S. has provided Egypt with roughly $30 billion over the last 3 decades, but it remains poor and undemocratic. In the case of Egypt, financing the corrupt Mubarak dictatorship led to social unrest. Waste, inefficiency, and corruption are common in cases of foreign aid. Politicians will always push for an increase in funding, whether the conflicts in the nations receiving the aid are getting better or worse. Since World War II, the U.S. has spent trillions of dollars trying to raise poor nations out of poverty, and these efforts have had no effect on the economic growth of third world countries. Your vote is your voice. Be counted among the brave who will resurrect the land of the free. Find out more at scottybowman.org. That's Scotty, B-O-M-A-N.org. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Pete Hoekstra, and I'm asking for your vote on November 6th. I'm running for the United States Senate, and I'm running because Michigan families and small businesses deserve better than a persistent 8% jobless rate, record high gas prices, and reckless spending in Washington with no plan to stop it. This election is about getting the job done for everyone, growing the economy, creating opportunities so that everyone can succeed, so that everyone can have a chance at the American dream. Unfortunately, right now, under the current leadership in Washington, D.C., what should be up is down, and what should be down is up. What do I mean? Think about it. Unemployment is up. Workforce participation is down. Food prices, they're up. Family income is down. National debt, it's going up. Consumer optimism is going down. Taxes, they're going up. The value of your home, it's going down. Gas prices, we all know what's happening there. Gas prices, they're on their way up. While in Washington, they say the Keystone Pipeline is not only down, it's out. It's no wonder that 6 out of 10 people say the next generation will be worse off and have fewer opportunities than the current generation. You know what? I think we can do better, and I think you agree with me. We can do better. The people of Michigan deserve better. My candidacy is about offering real solutions that will create real jobs, and then getting that job done for the people of Michigan. We've seen here in Michigan what happens when you have leadership that is focused on jobs. We need that same pro-growth attitude in Washington, D.C. We need relentless positive action. We need solutions for a better tax system that is simple, fair, and encourages innovation and entrepreneurship. We need an all-of-the-above energy policy solution that makes America what? That makes us energy independent and gives us affordable and stable energy prices. So we don't have to rely on the Middle East anymore. For our kids, we need common sense solutions to reform our K-12 education system by empowering parents, local school districts, and states, and not federal bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. We need solutions to strengthen and save Medicare and Social Security for future generations. And on health care, we need solutions that will not bankrupt the country and will not put a federal bureaucrat between you and your doctor. There needs to be an urgency to enact solutions that we can leave a better country for the next generation. So grandparents and parents today know that their children and grandchildren will have the opportunities to succeed tomorrow. America faces some of the most difficult economic challenges it has ever faced. It's time to elect new leadership that will be focused on preserving the safety net, creating jobs so that everyone has the opportunity to succeed. That's the America that I want. I think that's the America that you want for yourself, for your kids, for your grandkids, your neighbors, and your family. We can do this. We can get America moving again. The opportunities are so fantastic. Let's go out and get this job done. Let's do it together. We've faced tough times before, and America has always come out on top. With the right policy decisions and the right leadership in Washington, we can do it again. I'm Pete Hoekstra, and that's why I'm asking for your vote on November 6th. Please study the issues, study the candidates, and make your decision on November 6th. Then beginning in January of 2013, we can begin moving forward to a new and brighter America. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Debbie Stabenow, and I'm very honored to be your United States Senator. I lived in Michigan my whole life, and I'm very fortunate my whole family is still in Michigan. My son and daughter, their spouses, 3 of the most beautiful grandchildren in the world, my brothers and their families, and my 86-year-old mom is still going strong. We've been through some of the toughest times of anywhere in the country, and my family has felt it just like yours. That's why I'm so proud to fight for you and your family every single day, and I'm proud to be getting things done. This election is about who we are as Americans. Will we have a middle class? Will we continue to create opportunities for people to work hard and get into the middle class? Will everyone have a fair shot at success, or just a privileged few? I believe we don't have an economy, we don't have a middle class unless we make things and grow things. And that's what we do in Michigan. That's why I led the effort in the Senate to give our auto industry the tools they needed to turn things around. And as we all know, with a lot of sacrifice by a lot of people in our great state, they have done just that. And now I'm proud to be leading the charge for advanced manufacturing and making things in Michigan. New partnerships with industry to create new clean energy jobs in advanced batteries and wind and solar technologies. In fact, Michigan is now #1 in new clean energy patents in the country, ideas that will create jobs for the future. I created the retooling loans that have been used by Ford to retool their plants and bring jobs back from Mexico. I also led the effort to create the new trade enforcement unit that is now cracking down on illegal trade actions by China and other countries. We know we're in a global economy, but we want to export our products, not our jobs. I'm proud also to chair the Agriculture Committee in the Senate, because almost 1 out of 4 jobs in Michigan are in agriculture or related food industries. With the help and support of farmers all across Michigan, I'm leading the effort to reform and strengthen our agricultural policies. My bipartisan farm bill, and yes, bipartisan, we worked together to get a farm bill that will actually eliminate 4 different subsidies that folks have been trying to end for years. Programs that pay farmers for crops that they don't even grow anymore. And we've replaced them with strong crop insurance, so farmers have help when they have a disaster or loss like we've had this year. We frankly did what you should expect to be done in every part of government. We evaluated every program, asked tough questions about effectiveness, duplication, was it a priority for taxpayer funds, and in the end, we eliminated 100 different programs and saved $23 billion. While strengthening support for farmers, conservation, nutrition, and new energy jobs, our bipartisan farm bill is the only deficit reduction plan that has passed the United States Senate. So making things and growing things in Michigan mean jobs for Michigan. And making sure we have a strong middle class also means good schools, access to affordable college, affordable health insurance, and the confidence your pension will be there when you retire. I support a strong Medicare program. I have voted to eliminate overpayments to insurance companies in order to put more money into helping seniors with prescription drugs. My opponent supports a voucher system for Medicare that will double the cost for seniors in order to pay for another tax cut for multimillionaires. We need Medicare and Social Security to be strong. We need to make sure women have access to preventative health care, and that equal pay for equal work is more than a slogan. My opponent says equal pay for equal work is a nuisance. I think it's a basic part of economic security for families. And we all know we've got to continue to focus on protecting our Great Lakes. This election is about the future for our families and our country. It's about making sure we have a strong middle class and opportunities for our children to be successful. I strongly believe if we keep focused on the future, if we really work together as Americans, if we make things and grow things, America will come roaring back, and Michigan will be in the driver's seat. I ask for your support.
Hello, I'm Dr. Syed Taj. I'm running for Congress from Michigan's new 11th district. I've been a physician for over 40 years, and I've served children, families, and seniors all my life. Public service has been my life's work, and I want to take it to Washington. I will fight for Medicare, Social Security, affordable quality healthcare, a affordable college, a fairer tax system, and also policies, the trade policy that serves our workers and companies, and a strong national defense. In many ways, my life has been an American dream, and I will work to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to fulfill their dreams. And I encourage you to go to my website, www.tajforcongress.com, and make sure you remember to vote November 6, 2012. Thank you.
What is it going to take for the American people to wake up, to realize that you have been lied to and deceived by the two-party system that has been broken for well over 100 years and continues to be broken? On one hand, we have the Democratic National Party that has violated Article 2, Section 1, Paragraph 6 of the Constitution, which states that no person except a natural-born citizen or a citizen of the United States shall be eligible to be office of the president. When we, the people that have established this government with limited authority, ask for proof of Obama's birth, we, the people, expect our public servants to provide us with proof immediately. The Democratic Party has done nothing whatsoever to validate the claim of Obama's birth. Instead, the Democratic Party has done everything to hide and deceive the investigation, avoiding the truth with lies, cover-ups, and fraudulent documents. It is further realized that the draft card that Obama has allegedly signed and the Social Security number is also a fraud. Could the truth be more sinister about Obama? That this is just a red herring, and that the truth is that Obama's real name is Barry Soetoro, and that he is the son of Frank Marshall Davis, a card-carrying communist, and not Barack, a goat herder from Kenya? The Democratic Party has manipulated the information due the American people for the last 3 years, rather than coming forth with the truth. On one hand, we have the Republican Party, the National Party, that lied right to our faces on national TV when they violated the First Amendment, freedom of speech. If you are not aware of the shell game they played upon we the people, the National Republican Party changed the rules of the election at the end of the game not to permit Ron Paul the right to speak to the American people. The fact of the matter is that in a free election that we the people are guaranteed is not to be corrupted by those in power, to keep those in power despite what the American people want. On one hand, we have the evil Democratic Party and Obama, and on the other hand, we have the evil Republican Party and Romney. A pact with the devil, Republican or Democrat, is still evil. The two-party system has failed the American people. It's an illusion. It is now self-evident that the two-party systems are controlled by the international bankers and the New World Order, who are manipulating the American public to accept the government's version of 9/11, resulting in the Patriot Act, NDAA, TSA, Agenda 21, ICLEI, cameras on every street corner, drone surveillance, war everywhere, chemtrails, the national ID card, and soon-to-be required chip implants in the wrists of every person. Deficit and war, all under the disguise that this will protect us from the terrorists, while the New World Order steals the remaining wealth of the American people, reducing the Americans to slavery under the New World Order fascist communist control in the hands of the few. The fact is that the enemy we have been co-opted to fight resides in Washington, D.C. America is under siege by the very government that has been established by the American people to protect our freedoms. Each party member is beholden to the party that they have been selected to be a candidate for. That is why history hasn't changed in the last 100 years. War, deficit, reduced standard of living, more control, less freedom is what these New World elite people seek, while they continue to systematically soft kill the American people through eugenics, war, and poisoning. It is time we the American people put an end to the destruction of this country and the world in the name of the few elite who believe that they have the divine right to rule and play God. We the people have the true God-given rights, and no man has the right to violate any of them. If you will not pick up your pen now, when you have a chance to do so, to protect your life and family while there's still time, there's nothing you're going to do when your back is against the wall. So stand for me, for freedom, and cast your vote for me, John Tater, the Libertarian candidate of the 11th District, while we still can. A vote for either of the two parties is a wasted vote for evil under the Democrats and Republicans. Nothing's going to change. America will systematically be destroyed from within, and America's finest hour will be a thing of the past.
Thaddeus McCotter resigned from office in July of this year, leaving the citizens of Michigan's 11th Congressional District without representation, and has cost you and I $650,000 tax dollars that could have been better spent on police, firefighters, teachers, or other essential public services that the people of Michigan expect and deserve. At that moment, I decided I had to do something. I'm David Curson, and I'm running for the partial term of office in Michigan's 11th Congressional District that was abandoned by McCotter. I've never run for public office before, but I've spent my entire life solving problems for working families. I've worked in a leadership position in the United Auto Workers Union for 39 years, trying to create a better life for working people. I was part of the small task force that went to Washington and rescued the auto industry. We saved more than 1 million American jobs and created thousands of new jobs. I grew up in a working class family where my father drove a road grader for the township, and my mom spent her entire life in the food service business. We never had much money, but it didn't matter. We always had each other, and we always had what we needed. Mom and Dad taught us kids that if something was worth having, it was worth working for. These are core values I live by every day, and I try hard to pass on to my kids and my grandkids. I'm a proud U.S. Marine Corps veteran who served in Vietnam, and I believe that our veterans today deserve more than applause in the airport and maybe a come-in-home party. Today's vets should have the benefits and health care they earned and deserve. Real training for a good job should be made available, and special incentives should be provided to employers who hire the veterans, especially small business. Our veterans should be able to live the American dream that they so selflessly risk their own lives to make available to the rest of us. People ask why I'm doing all of this work for such a short term. Soon after the November election, the 112th Congress will convene their final session. This lame duck session is predicted to be the busiest in decades, maybe ever, because of the uncompromising gridlock that has plagued Congress in recent years. In that session, legislation important to the citizens of the 11th District and to all Americans will be acted on, including passing the American Jobs Bill that would create more than 200 million jobs in America immediately by repairing and building roads, bridges, dams, the national power grid, and other infrastructure that all Americans need and rely on for their everyday lives. Legislation to protect Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare from profiteers who would deny millions of seniors much-needed health care and prescription drug benefits by turning them into a voucher system. Further, this Congress must act on numerous issues such as the expiring tax breaks for all Americans and cuts in education and defense spending. Failure to act to preserve and protect those tax breaks for middle-class Americans and on the other issues included in the act will force tax breaks and those other issues to fall over the economic cliff mandated by law. The tax breaks will be gone and the other mandates will take effect. Finally, this Congress has the opportunity to responsibly begin the process of reducing the national debt without destroying the middle class. I've been a problem solver my whole life. This is my character, and these are my values. I pledge to you that if you give me the vote and this opportunity to serve you in Congress, I'll be a problem solver. I'll help move our nation forward, and I will give thought to every citizen in the 11th District before I cast my vote. In closing, I congratulate my opponent for his service to our country. But beyond that, our views are widely different. I believe in Congress, he would just bring more of the same uncompromising gridlock to Congress or worse. I ask that you check us both out, check out our character, check out our beliefs and views on the issues, and I'm sure you'll see a clear choice for your representative in Congress. For more information about my thoughts on these and other issues, go to KirstenForCongress.com. Thank you for your time, thank you for your consideration, and God bless America.
What is it going to take for the American people to wake up, to realize that you have been lied to and deceived by the two-party system that has been broken for well over 100 years and continues to be broken? On one hand, we have the Democratic National Party that has violated Article 2, Section 1, Paragraph 6 of the Constitution, which states that no person except a natural-born citizen or a citizen of the United States shall be eligible to be office of the president. When we, the people that have established this government with limited authority, ask for proof of Obama's birth, we, the people, expect our public servants to provide us with proof immediately. The Democratic Party has done nothing whatsoever to validate the claim of Obama's birth. Instead, the Democratic Party has done everything to hide and deceive the investigation, avoiding the truth with lies, cover-ups, and fraudulent documents. It is further realized that the draft card that Obama has allegedly signed and the Social Security number is also a fraud. Could the truth be more sinister about Obama? That this is just a red herring, and that the truth is that Obama's real name is Barry Soetoro, and that he is the son of Frank Marshall Davis, a card-carrying communist, and not Barack, a goat herder from Kenya? The Democratic Party has manipulated the information due the American people for the last 3 years, rather than coming forth with the truth. On one hand, we have the Republican Party, the National Party, that lied right to our faces on national TV when they violated the First Amendment, freedom of speech. If you are not aware of the shell game they played upon we the people, the National Republican Party changed the rules of the election at the end of the game not to permit Ron Paul the right to speak to the American people. The fact of the matter is that in a free election that we the people are guaranteed is not to be corrupted by those in power, to keep those in power despite what the American people want. On one hand, we have the evil Democratic Party and Obama, and on the other hand, we have the evil Republican Party and Romney. A pact with the devil, Republican or Democrat, is still evil. The two-party system has failed the American people. It's an illusion. It is now self-evident that the two-party systems are controlled by the international bankers and the New World Order, who are manipulating the American public to accept the government's version of 9/11, resulting in the Patriot Act, NDAA, TSA, Agenda 21, ICLEI, cameras on every street corner, drone surveillance, war everywhere, chemtrails, the national ID card, and soon-to-be required chip implants in the wrists of every person. Deficit and war, all under the disguise that this will protect us from the terrorists, while the New World Order steals the remaining wealth of the American people, reducing the Americans to slavery under the New World Order fascist communist control in the hands of the few. The fact is that the enemy we have been co-opted to fight resides in Washington, D.C. America is under siege by the very government that has been established by the American people to protect our freedoms. Each party member is beholden to the party that they have been selected to be a candidate for. That is why history hasn't changed in the last 100 years. War, deficit, reduced standard of living, more control, less freedom is what these New World elite people seek, while they continue to systematically soft kill the American people through eugenics, war, and poisoning. It is time we, the American people, put an end to the destruction of this country and the world in the name of the few elite who believe that they have the divine right to rule and play God. We, the people, have the true God-given rights, and no man has the right to violate any of them. If you will not pick up your pen now, when you have a chance to do so, to protect your life and family while there's still time, there's nothing you're going to do when your back is against the wall. So stand for me, for freedom, and cast your vote for me, John Tater, the Libertarian candidate of the 11th District, while we still can. A vote for either of the two parties is a wasted vote for evil under the Democrats and Republicans. Nothing's going to change. America will systematically be destroyed from within, and America's finest hour will be a thing of the past.
Hello, my name is Hugh Crawford, and I am seeking re-election to the Michigan House of Representatives as a Republican in the new 38th District, which includes Lyon Township, Novi, Novi Township, part of Northville, South Lyon, and Walled Lake. I would like to thank the Southwest Oakland Cable Commission for allowing me the opportunity to speak to you. Just to give you a brief bio, both my wife Kathy and I were born and raised in Novi. We have been married 48 years and are the parents of 3 grown children and 2 not-so-grown grandchildren. I graduated from Northville High School and then served 4 years in the United States Marine Corps. After leaving the Marine Corps, I worked for the Xerox Corporation for 22 years, from where I retired. As your state representative, I have the honor of serving as chairman of the Regulatory Reform Committee. I also have the privilege of serving on the Energy and Technology Committee, the Education Committee, and the Local Intergovernmental and Regional Affairs Committee. During my years on both the Novi City Council and the Oakland County Commission, I helped to oversee budgets that were perpetually balanced. In the state of Michigan, we have produced balanced budgets on time for the first time in many years. That sense of fiscal responsibility is precisely what I bring to Lansing as a state representative. I firmly believe that citizenship is not a spectator sport. For me, that means I have an obligation for public service and a focus on getting things done for you. Over the past 4 years in Lansing, I have leveraged my experience in business and government to bring a new perspective to the issues and the challenges facing the 38th District. Simply put, I have been laser focused on creating a job-friendly environment for the state of Michigan. It's all about creating jobs, leading our state out of a decade-long recession. Just 2 years ago, we found ourselves strapped with a $1.6 billion budget, but that problem is solved. We now have a $500 million surplus. We're now well on our way to economic success in our great state. This has been accomplished by supporting fiscally responsible policies, leading regulatory reform by reducing unnecessary rules and regulations on small businesses and corporations, emphasizing the importance of funding for K-12 education, rewarding job creators, not punishing them, operating an efficient state government, and making the difficult decisions that are in the best interest of the district and the state. I believe in the future of Michigan. I know that with the fiscally responsible way we are operating our government, our future is much brighter. My passion for public service is well documented. My track record in getting things done for my constituents is fiscally conservative and responsible. I ask for your support and your vote to continue working on the issues that matter to you and our great state of Michigan. I look forward to serving you and being your voice in Lansing. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chuck Tindall. I'm running for State Representative, 38th District, which consists of Novi, South Lyon, Walled Lake, along with Lyon Township, Novi Township, and a small portion of Northville. I'm here today to make a few comments. Politicians in Lansing have cut school funding. Some have voted a tax increase on others, but not themselves. They have crafted special legislation for Oakland County only to maintain partisan control of the county. They voted to phase out lifetime health care for the next office holders while keeping it for themselves. Some conspired to put a fake candidate on the ballot, and some worked against Governor Snyder, a member of their own party, to help a billionaire maintain his monopoly on the bridge. Locally, we had to hold a special election after the congressman for this district quit over voter signature fraud, costing an extra $650,000. And our county executive can't be bothered to follow the law and wear a seatbelt, resulting in extra injury. How much extra is this going to cost us? I am not a politician, but as an average citizen, I fought City Hall and won. When the Novi City Council chose to waste $10,000 seeking to build a golf course that the people did not want, I led a grassroots group to place the issue before voters. We not only stopped an unwanted golf course, but a new mayor and 2 new council members were elected. With your help, I will take the fight to Lansing, and we will win. When my father and mother were seeking a better life for their young family before I was born, they came to Michigan. It was the union pay and benefits that helped them decide to make Michigan their home and raise me and my 5 siblings here. Because of our slow economy, I have chosen to retire from carpentry, but I still wish to work. I am running for office as a way to give back to the state that has been so good to me and my family. I will fight for public schools, Michigan manufacturing, protecting workers' rights, and fair taxes for all. I ask that you vote for me on November 6th.
Hi, I'm Melanie Curtis, and I'm asking for your vote for the State Board of Education. Michigan's K-12 education system is failing. It's failing our kids, our parents, our teachers, and our taxpayers. Did you know that just last fall, 40% of Michigan 8th graders were not proficient in reading? And 70% of our 8th graders were not proficient in math. Just over 100,000 students were tested. More than 40,000 of our 8th graders cannot read, and more than 70,000 8th graders cannot do math. Imagine if you were sitting at a table with 10 randomly selected 8th graders. 4 would not be able to read, and 7 would not be able to do math. Do we really believe these children can now move to high school and learn algebra, geometry, and high school English, and be ready for careers in college? Do we really think it's fair or reasonable for high school teachers to meet the needs of all these children? We've set up nearly an impossible task. Clearly, this is not acceptable, and it's unlikely to change in the next year. The path we are on will not take us where we want to go. So what have we been doing? Well, we're increasing education spending. We've increased total spending in education every year for the last 30 years and are now one of the highest spending states. According to the National Education Association, we're the 16th highest spending state, but our student achievement is 40th. Increasing spending will not improve student achievement. And now we're changing our standards. Have you heard of Common Core? These new standards and assessments will not improve student learning. Think about it this way. If we changed our football fields in the United States from yards to meters so that we had the same standard as Europe, how many of our football players would actually run faster as a result? None. None of these things we're doing will improve student achievement. You know what does work? National and international studies show empowering parents and excellent teachers is what works. Empowering parents and excellent teachers can even overcome socioeconomic differences. Parents are the key to making certain each child's needs are met. Parents need information. Is my child working at grade level in reading and math? Are they making at least a year's worth of progress every year? If yes, fine. If no, they need the freedom and the flexibility to find the best teachers for their child. And together, the parents and the teachers will make sure the children learn. I've been asked if we should teach the Constitution and American history in our schools. Well, absolutely we should. But how can we if our children can't read? The path we're on is not moving fast enough to save our children and to save our future. It's time for action. Not action for action's sake, but proven effective action. And not action that intrudes on the rights and responsibilities of parents, and not action that impedes the effectiveness of excellent teachers, but action that opens up the system, break down the barriers, and really creates a system where every single Michigan child can learn. There are 2 openings on the State Board of Education to be elected this November. I ask you to please vote for the candidates who are genuinely committed to improving education for our children, who are willing to be accountable to you, to parents, and to teachers. Please go to my webpage, www.melaniecurtis.com, for more information, and please vote Curtis for Kids. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Brad Lytle, candidate for Novi School Board Trustee. On Tuesday, November 6th, you will have the opportunity to vote for leaders that will impact our country, state, and community. When voting for Novi School Board Trustee, please vote for me, Brad Lytle. I believe in public education. I'm a graduate of the Livonia Public School District and went on to earn a bachelor's degree from the University of Michigan Dearborn and a master's of science and management degree from Walsh College. I'm a 7-year Novi resident and homeowner. I have 2 children enrolled in the Novi Community School District. I'm active in the community as a baseball coach in the Novi Youth Baseball League, Novi Parks and Recreation, the Novi and the Northville Baseball Softball Association. I'm a member of the Alumni Association of the University of Michigan, the University of Michigan Dearborn Alumni Society, and the Walsh College Alumni Association. I'm a business owner. I'm also active in the construction industry associations. I'm currently president of the Board of Directors of the Mason Contractors Association, past president of the Michigan Mason Contractors Association, and a trustee on the Bricklayers Pension Trust Fund metropolitan area. As a member of the board of directors of these groups, I've worked with a wide number of stakeholders to bridge gaps and keep efforts on task and on focus. My work within these groups has given me considerable experience in consensus building within small groups during these challenging financial times. I've worked to create win-win scenarios with all organizational stakeholders while maintaining the organization's fiscal integrity. It's my background in business and experience in organizational leadership, combined with my passion to ensure the students of Novi receive the best education possible that will allow me to hit the ground running as a member of the Novi School Board. As a father of 2 children in the Novi Community School District, I know firsthand the importance of good schools. And as a Novi resident and homeowner, I also understand the impact good schools have on our community and property values. My wife Jan and I moved to Novi 7 years ago, specifically because of the quality education offered by Novi schools. I've had the privilege of meeting many Novi residents through my coaching, as well as school and social events. I heard from many parents similar sentiments regarding the high-level education offered by the Novi schools, as well as their excitement about the future of the district. On November 6th, you have an opportunity to have your voice heard regarding the future of our district by voting for me for Novi School Board. My top 3 priorities as a member of the school board will be first, ensuring that each student in the Novi Community School District receives 1 year's academic growth in 1 year's time. All Novi students, regardless of their placement on the academic spectrum, need to have resources in place that challenge them and allow them to succeed academically. Priority number 2, in order to evaluate our students' academic growth, the board needs to establish the proper metrics to measure whether or not Novi students are achieving at a high level. Metrics need to be put into place that measure yearly growth in all subjects. Priority number 3, the board must exercise financial responsibility in the operation of the district. We need to do more with less as the district continues to move through these unprecedented financial times. However, it is imperative that future budgets maintain the small class size that has been one of the factors in our students' academic growth and success. I am grateful for the support I've received during my campaign. My candidacy has been endorsed by State Representative and Speaker Pro Tem of the Michigan House of Representatives, John Walsh, State Representative Hugh Crawford, County Commissioner Kathy Crawford, Novi Mayor Bob Gatt, Novi Mayor Pro Tem David Stout, Novi Council Member Laura Marie Casey, and Novi Library Trustee Willie Mina. I'm hoping I count on you as well to help me be successful in this effort. Please consider the following: placing a sign in your yard showing your support. You can order a sign by sending an email to signs@bradlytle.com, making a financial contribution to my campaign, offering your endorsement via letter to the Novi News. Most importantly, voting for me on November 6th. The Novi Community School District's greatest days lie ahead. As a Novi School Board trustee, I will earn your trust by making decisions that will provide opportunities for student growth and honor the commitment that all students will achieve at a high level. While our decisions must be financially prudent, I will not lose sight of the commitment to provide every student with 1 year's academic growth in 1 year's time. Keeping class sizes small, especially at the elementary level, is a key component of this commitment. I will work with all stakeholders in the district to maintain a constant dialogue to keep our promise that all students will achieve at a high level. As a board member, I will not lose focus of the big picture that we must provide all students to the Novi Community School District with a first-class education. I'm Brad Lytle, candidate for Novi School Board Trustee. To find out more on my campaign, please visit my website at www.bradlytle.com. I want to thank you for your time and look forward to earning your support on November 6th.
On November 6, 2012, we will be voting for more than just the president. Voters living in the Novi School District also will elect 2 people to serve as trustees on the Novi Board of Education. Hello, I'm Dennis O'Connor. 4 years ago, you elected me to the Novi School Board because you knew I would be a good steward of your tax dollars. During that time, I have demonstrated what you expect from a public servant: a hardworking, fiscally conservative person focused on providing the best education possible for our children. You demand the type of independent, critical thinking that I bring to Novi school issues. I am asking for your support and vote because I offer you the experience, knowledge, and dedication that you deserve on the Novi School Board. Now, for those of you who may not know me, my family and I have lived in Novi for 21 years. We moved to Novi in 1986, but I was transferred out of state in the mid-1990s. We then returned to Novi in 1998 to reconnect with a community where educational excellence is a top priority. My 2 daughters graduated from Novi High School in 2002 and 2004. I am seeking re-election to the Novi Board of Education because I enjoy public service and I have a passion for education. I am a fiscal conservative who wants to make certain that our tax dollars are allocated into the classroom. We have great schools in Novi, but state funding and our enrollment growth is less certain every day. We have limited resources. We need to constantly evaluate programs to make sure they are providing maximum student achievement and results for all Novi students. Because I'm the only incumbent in this race, I believe it's fair to analyze my record and hold me accountable for my actions during the past 4 years on the board. In November 2008, after more than 10 years of volunteer and community service, you elected me to a 4-year term. At that time, I ran on a specific 4-point plan, and I've remained focused on accomplishing this plan. Let's look at each point individually. Number 1, to maintain smaller class sizes in all elementary schools. Despite tremendous budget pressures and program cuts over the past 5 years, Novi has maintained small class sizes at all 5 elementary schools. In fact, Novi features some of the lowest elementary class sizes in all of Oakland County, and I will continue to fight for small class sizes at the elementary level. Currently, we average 22.5 students per class in grades K through 4. This is important because national and local studies prove that reduced class sizes maximizes student achievement. Number 2, to establish a system for long-range financial planning. I have proudly advocated and achieved community and employee involvement in our budgeting process. And now our new financial administration will produce 2- and 3-year budgets for smarter and more strategic financial planning. Number 3, to promote Novi schools to attract more families and businesses to live and work in our community. I have leveraged my marketing and communications expertise to become deeply involved in promoting Novi schools. This is important because increased enrollment means more state aid, which will lead to better educational opportunities for our children. And number 4, to advocate for shared government services. I have led the culture change for sharing government services, but we've got a long way to go. We need to continue to work with city officials and neighboring school districts to eliminate duplicated services and expenses. And I will continue to fight for shared services so we can put those savings back into the classroom. Thank you for your time. As I said earlier, I am asking for your support and vote because I offer you the experience, knowledge, and dedication you deserve on the Novi School Board. Please visit my website at www.dennisoconnor.org to learn more about me, my beliefs, and my priorities for this great district. Let's keep our focus on student achievement. Re-elect Dennis O'Connor on November 6th. Thank you.
Hello to the Northville School students and parents. My name is Mickey Barrett. I'm a non-traditional candidate for the school board in Northville. I'm not an attorney, I'm not an accountant, but I am a person that has the skills that can complement your school board very, very well. I take this opportunity to almost be a verbal resume. I've done many things in my life, from digging ditches as a plumber's assistant, all the way up to being a Division I head coach at a local college, university right here in Detroit. Throughout all of that, I have gained many, many different skills, mostly in management and leadership. My organizational skills go way back to the state of Ohio. I was an original member of the organizing committee for the Ohio Sports Festival, which is an Olympics type festival. We had over 1,000 volunteers and 1,500 participants. When I got to Detroit 21 years ago, my wife and I wanted to move to an area that was a great community, but a very strong school district. Northville was our only choice. We moved here and have enjoyed this community exceptionally. Now it's time for me to give back. While I was here in Detroit, I was asked if I could help and be a consultant to start the athletic department at our local community college, which hadn't been around for about 10 years. I was able to develop, create all the issues, all the things that needed to be done for an athletic department with a very large budget. While being a head coach at our own University of Detroit Mercy, you have the CEO skills, but just not the title. I had 5 people on that staff, along with 15 players, trainers. We also had our support staff of medical people. And yes, we were in charge, and I was in charge of all of that. As an assistant coach on the men's side, I was in charge of the academic portion of the program. And I like to take great pride in that because we finished in the top of all Division I universities in the state of Michigan. Going further, I was asked to be a manager of an insurance adjusting company, which brings up my construction background, which will be skills I can use on the board when it comes to physical plant situations and working with the director of operations. There are many things I've done over the years that fit me into the board very well. You have several candidates that are very good, any one of whom would be a compliment to the board. I hope that you choose me when you're thinking of it on November 6th. There are several issues that are coming up, and the one big one that everybody wants to know about is class size and teacher retention. That comes down to money. Right now, the state is determining legislation on how to approach that. They may take personal property tax away, and if they do, it's going to take money from the funds. It costs $8,019 for every student. We'll get $4,000 from the state and $4,000 from the foundation fund, but then that has to be supplemented. The other issue that I see is class size and teacher retention. But the biggest thing, instead of looking at cuts and always putting the negative spin on things, we need to put positive spin on things. We need to look at creating new revenue streams. In every job I've had, I've always looked at it as something that needed to be improved upon, and I was able to do that. I've created revenue streams at the university and at the high school that I worked at. We can do this if we help supplement extracurricular activities and save money for the general fund. In closing, I'd just like to address you personally. As I said, I'm not a traditional candidate, but I can be simply the best candidate. It's up to us as a community to keep this school district going in an excellent position that it is in. We have to go forward. We have to do it together. If you have concerns, bring them to the board. I will listen, and I'm sure that the board members will listen. We will observe everything that's going on. We will visualize a plan in our minds and try to execute that plan. And if you look at those letters, if you listen, observe, visualize, and execute, it's simply this: we love everything. If you love your kids, then do those things. I do, and I will. I am a different voice, but I'll be your voice. Please vote for me on November 6th. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Roland Wong, and I'm a candidate for the Northville School Board. I offer a different perspective with respect to being a candidate for the school board. I am a labor attorney, and I have an MBA in organizational behavior and industrial relations, and I've been teaching in the program in American culture at the University of Michigan since 1995. I am a proud parent of 2 students in the Northville schools who have both gone through most of the grades in the Northville public schools. I am running to protect the educational product in the Northville public schools. The school district is a fine educational gem for the community, and I want to protect that educational product. The school district has done fine in educational scores, among the best throughout the area. But I want to protect the core curriculum and address STEM courses, science, technology, engineering, and math. And I think that the school district should be looking forward-thinking in terms of world languages and the international marketplace and economy. And for that, we should be exploring some curriculum offerings that are available in other school districts around the area, but not in Northville. And that's why I'm running, to look at curriculum and to protect the educational product. We should be maintaining or lowering class sizes as we strive to live within our means in terms of budgetary considerations. What do I bring to the table? I'm an attorney, 24 years experience in the Department of Attorney General, working as an Assistant Attorney General in the Labor Division. And I've been a teacher and instructor at the University of Michigan, teaching in American culture since 1995. And I'm a proud parent of 2 students at Northville High School. With that, I think I bring a unique perspective in the law and in business, and as a parent observer of the educational product in Northville and Novi. With that, I look for your support for my candidacy for Northville School Board this coming November 6th. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Matt Wilk. I'm running for the Northville School Board Board of Trustees. I'm a current board trustee, and let me tell you why I want to continue in that position. I'm the parent of 2 5-year-old twins entering Winchester Elementary, and I understand the value of the education that they're about to receive. I also bring to the table my experience being the son of 2 longtime educators. My father taught for 35 years and my mother taught for 25 years. And I ate at the dinner table hearing the stories of the challenges that our educators face, which are not quite different than they are today. In addition, I'm an attorney with experience in financially distressed situations that's similar to what many local governments, including school districts, face on a daily basis. Our children will be graduating from Northville in one of the most challenging economic times and competitive situations that has ever existed. We can provide an exceptional education with our parents working as a team to attempt to accomplish that. In an era of decreased funding, we must be good stewards of the public's money, and we strive every day to concentrate on providing the exceptional educational experience within those budgetary guidelines. The tough decisions we face are not insurmountable, but they require patience, dedication, and creativity. As a trustee for the Board of Education, I understand where cuts need to be made, where investments need to be made, like our $20 million technology bond also on the ballot, and where efficiencies can be obtained, all with the common goal of preserving the exceptional educational experience that our children receive. As a school board trustee, I promise to face the financial challenges of our district head-on, advocate for our interests in the rapidly changing legislative environment in Lansing, understand the problems that our parents and educators face on a day-to-day basis, and strive tirelessly to improve our district every day with one common goal: to protect and preserve the wonderful educational experience that our children receive through the Northville Public Schools. Thank you, and I ask you to vote for Matt Wilk for Board Trustee on November the 6th.
Hi, my name is Kevin Howley, and I'm the individual taking on L. Brooks Patterson in the race for Oakland County Executive. I entered this race because we are living in a rapidly changing world, and the Patterson administration has failed to adapt, frankly. Oakland County is facing challenges that L. Brooks Patterson continues to ignore. We must change with the times or we'll get left behind. When my parents moved to Farmington Township in 1964, Oakland County was the ultimate home of the American dream. Young families flocked to the county for new homes, excellent schools, safe streets, and frankly, a quality of life that was surpassed by few counties around the country. We rode the wave of the auto industry, but we ignored bumps along that road that should have been seen as warning signs. The failure of the Patterson administration to plan for the 21st century has cost our county dearly. From 2000 to 2010, Oakland County lost 175,000 jobs, and median household income actually declined by more than 15%. Housing prices have plummeted, and poverty levels have risen dramatically. Pontiac, once a thriving county seat, has collapsed, and many other communities are struggling to meet the needs of their residents. Young families are no longer moving to the county, and school closures, like the 4 schools that closed in the Farmington School District, are happening everywhere. The county has lost its direction, its image, and frankly, our brand. Instead of addressing these trends, which started many years before the 2008 economic crisis, the Patterson administration has distracted voters by instilling fear instead of providing enlightened leadership. The mantra out of the county offices is simplistic. We have a balanced budget, a AAA bond rating, and we're not Wayne County. Frankly, I, for one, believe we should have higher expectations than that. While other counties of our size and wealth are thinking strategically about the future, we're treading water and struggling just to stay afloat. It's time to elect a leader to move Oakland County forward. For the last 25 years, I've been providing energetic leadership and action-oriented leadership at executive levels in both the private and nonprofit sectors. I built my career creating jobs and growing companies based on being able to craft a clear vision and rallying people around that vision. We need to be able to attract young families to Oakland County by encouraging the growth and development of 21st century industries. We need to stabilize our neighborhoods and property values by spurring economic growth. And we need to once again make Oakland County the destination of choice for those who want to live that American dream. I'm a proud graduate of North Farmington High School and was the first one in my family to go off to college. I graduated from Kalamazoo College. I later went on to earn my MBA and a Master of Public Policy. We're raising our kids in Oakland County because we believe in the quality of the school systems here. But those school systems have to be nurtured, protected, and defended. Given the path that the county is on, I also fear that my children, like so many other young people before them, will leave the county unless we start focusing on moving Oakland County forward. We need a county executive who can both recognize the scope of the challenges and bring new and innovative ideas to the table. I am that person. I look forward to counting on your support on November 6th. Again, my name is Kevin Howley, and I'm very proud to be your candidate for Oakland County Executive. Let's celebrate our past, but we have to raise the bar on our expectations for the future. For more information about my background and the new ideas that I've been promoting, I hope you'll visit our website at www.howleyforexecutive.com. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Deputy Oakland County Executive Phil Bertolini on behalf of your County Executive, L. Brooks Patterson. Brooks's top 3 priorities are jobs, jobs, and more jobs. In the years before the auto industry meltdown, Brooks began to diversify Oakland County's economy. In 1997, he launched Automation Alley to market the region as a center for high tech. Today, it has more than 1,000 member companies across 8 counties, the largest high-tech job organization in the Midwest. Anderson Economic Group in Lansing says our region is now second only to Silicon Valley in engineering and architectural jobs. Automation Alley has even received recognition from both Presidents Bush and Obama. But Brooks Patterson's quest for jobs doesn't end there. In 2004, he directed his economic development team to identify 10 growth sectors that provide high-paying, sustainable jobs. From there, he created emerging sectors to attract companies in sectors such as healthcare, IT, and nanotechnology. To date, more than 200 emerging sector companies have invested nearly $2 billion in Oakland County, creating more than 26,000 jobs and retaining more than 12,000. The emerging sectors of healthcare is exploding. Anderson Economic Group says 100,000 individuals in Oakland County work in that field. That's more than the Mayo Clinic and Cleveland Clinic regions combined. To support this burgeoning job growth, your county executive, L. Brooks Patterson, initiated Medical Main Street in 2008 to market the region as a destination for world-class healthcare, life science research, and medical device manufacturing. Today, there are 4,900 clinical trials going on in our region. That's more than California, New York, and New Jersey. And as the new Oakland University William Beaumont School of Medicine ramps up, it's expected to have a $3 billion impact. If you have any doubts about where Oakland County is headed under the leadership of your county executive, L. Brooks Patterson, just ask University of Michigan economists George Fulton and Donald Grimes. They forecast that over the next 3 years of a Patterson administration, about 34,000 jobs will be created in Oakland County. When Fulton and Grimes forecasted 11,500 jobs for 2011, Oakland County doubled their prediction with 23,000 jobs. Yes, over the past 10 years, Oakland County was impacted by the auto industry downturn and the lost decade under Jennifer Granholm, the mentor of Brooks Patterson's opponent. 1 million jobs left Michigan and Granholm did nothing. Fulton and Grimes said Oakland County would have fared much worse under Granholm had it not been for your county executive, L. Brooks Patterson. Since the inception of all Brooks's job growth programs, private industry has invested more than $4.4 billion in Oakland County, creating more than 66,000 jobs and retaining more than 18,000. Together, that's 84,000 jobs under your county executive's leadership. L. Brooks Patterson has programs that also foster small businesses. For instance, Farmington residents are impacted directly by his Main Street Oakland County program, not to be confused with Medical Main Street, the only countywide Main Street program in the nation. It helps preserve the character of Oakland County's unique quality of life in its downtowns while helping small businesses grow. Since Main Street's inception more than a decade ago, $579 million has been invested in Oakland County's downtown areas, opening 713 new businesses and creating more than 6,100 jobs. Your county executive, L. Brooks Patterson, is relentless about attracting jobs. Brooks will not stop until he makes Oakland County, as he says, recession resistant. When Oakland County earns its AAA bond rating every year, the bond rating houses don't just take a look at Brooks's balanced 3-year budget, they also cite the success of his job attraction programs. The bond rating houses must advise their investors about anything that could negatively impact their hard-earned dollars. Yet they are telling people to invest in Oakland County. That's because of your county executive, L. Brooks Patterson. His leadership means jobs, and thank you for your support.
Hi, my name is Mike Bishop, and I'm a candidate for Oakland County Prosecutor. Thank you for this opportunity to introduce myself to you and your family. I was born and raised right here in Oakland County, and my wife Christine and I are now raising our 3 children here. I worked my way through law school as a clerk at the Oakland County Circuit Court, and when I graduated and passed the bar, I immediately started my own law practice. Over the years, I've worked in the courtrooms across Oakland County, serving as a local prosecutor and advocate for families and businesses. I've also had the opportunity to serve Oakland County in the Michigan legislature, where I was honored to be elected the first ever Senate Majority Leader from Oakland County. While serving in the legislature, I championed a wide variety of important causes, including sponsoring legislation to create the Michigan Child Protection Registry, which was the first of its kind in the United States to protect children. I also authored the Michigan Identity Theft Protection Act to crack down on the fastest growing crime in our country. Because of my advocacy, identity theft is now a felony in our state. Since leaving the legislature, I've been back in private practice and serving as an adjunct professor of law at the Thomas M. Cooley Law School. I'm running for prosecutor for a very simple reason, because it's the right thing to do. It is the role of the public servant, especially a prosecutor, to stand up for people, for families, for victims, all of whom depend on an advocate. And I have been an advocate on behalf of Oakland County families my entire professional life. It's what I do. And let's be clear about this. Being elected county prosecutor means that you are the people's attorney, charged with the responsibility of ensuring justice for all. I take that role very seriously. The assistant prosecutors who work in the office and those dedicated members of law enforcement should have faith and confidence that their leader appreciates the dedication they bring to the office and will stand with them, not chop them down. All too often we take for granted how law enforcement and law is so important to the quality of our lives. But oftentimes the prosecutor's office becomes the last ray of hope a person has. Don't you think it's about time we had a prosecutor who recognizes that? I do. And that's how I will conduct myself as your Oakland County prosecutor. I am a tested and tough manager of public trust. As Senate Majority Leader, I stood up for what's right and led a team during one of the most tumultuous times in our state's history. I have a strong work ethic, and I believe that the public trust is a sacred trust. I never missed a day of work, and I not only voted against every legislative pay raise, twice I voted to reduce my own pay while I was in the Senate. I intend to bring that same fighting spirit and my belief in personal responsibility and accountability to the prosecutor's office. Just as I did as Senate Majority Leader, I will reform and streamline operations. I will ensure that every office is run effectively and efficiently. You can bet on that. And I will utilize the resources at our disposal to eliminate irresponsible and wasteful spending, just like outsourcing and paying for training programs that are offered for free right here in Michigan. I will also reestablish a strong working relationship with community organizations like Haven and Care House, who have done so much to provide support and sanctuary to abused women and children. Why do I feel this way? Because I'm a husband and a father of 3, and like you, I have a vested interest in the future of this great county. I am well aware that my life, my job, isn't just about me. It's about us. It's about all of us. Same with the race for prosecutor. My challenge is not just to show voters why I would make a great prosecutor, but to also point out why this race matters to them, how this race impacts their lives. One of the ways we can do that is to visualize what the office should be. Imagine for a second a prosecutor guided by the following ideals and beliefs: that a victim of a crime should be allowed to find comfort and compassion in a judicial system that is charged with the solemn duty to defend and represent them; that the prosecutor will respect the Constitution and treat the victims of crimes with dignity and respect; that law enforcement will be held accountable, but at all times supported as they protect our families and bring criminals to justice; that the prosecutor will ensure that citizens of Fulton County are kept informed of where each and every convicted sex offender resides, and will promise to enforce those laws designed to protect families in the future; that the prosecutor will work with Michigan lawmakers to ensure that victims have a voice in Lansing; and that these expectations should apply to everyone, regardless of who they are and where they're from. That is my vision for Oakland County's Prosecutor's Office. I look forward to working with you to make it a reality. Please visit my website, www.mikebishop.com, to get involved. Thank you, and God bless you and your family.
Hello, my name is Jessica Cooper, and I am the prosecutor of Oakland County, and I've been the prosecutor for the past 4 years. Before that time, I spent 28 years as a judge in the County of Oakland, first as a district court judge, then as a circuit court judge, and then as a judge of the Court of Appeals. I have spent my career protecting victims. And because of that experience, and because of my experience as an adjunct professor at the University of Michigan, at Michigan State University, and at Emory Law School, teaching evidence and trial practice, I've been able to establish a nationally recognized in-house training program for our assistant prosecuting attorneys, and to save the county hundreds of thousands of dollars. In fact, I have cut over $5 million from our budget over the past 4 years. Our office is a law enforcement office, and it is a law firm. It is the second largest law firm in Oakland County. We have 95 prosecutors and about 80 people who are in our support staff. We have anywhere, and we process anywhere between 14,000 and 20,000 cases each and every year. Our felony conviction rate is 97%, and our affirmance rate is 99%. But as I tape this announcement, I have to tell you that we have lost another member of our law enforcement community. A West Bloomfield police officer, a father of 4, was shot and killed last night. And that is the 3rd police officer who has died in the line of duty in Oakland County in the past 4 years. I tell you this because my work as a prosecutor is very serious work. It deals with violent crimes, it deals with predators, and it deals with the community safety. Well, this is a position and a partisan race. The work of the prosecutor has nothing to do with politics. As a matter of fact, there are 2 House bills pending in the House, House Bill 5336 and 5337, seeking to make this office nonpartisan, as it should be, because this is a technical office. This is a professional office, and it deals with public safety. It deals with your safety. Every police association in Oakland County has endorsed my candidacy for re-election. Every police association in Oakland County. And there's a reason for that. They trust the partnership that I've established in Oakland County and with the 46 different police agencies. They respect the fact that I have the time and the hundreds of hours and the energy that I've spent in our schools and with our seniors trying to prevent crime. And they trust my experience and expertise in the courtroom and the office's knowledge of DNA and of ballistics and of serology and toxicology and other forensic evidence. My opponent is a career politician, and he will tell you that he is a local prosecutor. That means that he has done traffic tickets and misdemeanors on a part-time basis, maybe a dozen years ago before he went to Lansing. This is no place for beginners, and it is no place for politicians. This is serious crime. I'm not a politician. I'm a prosecutor. And I have been trusted by this county and law enforcement for decades. I urge you and I seek your support. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Mike Bouchard, your Oakland County Sheriff. I come to you to speak right from the heart without notes or teleprompter to say, first and foremost, thank you. Thank you for allowing me the honor of serving as your sheriff for the past 13 years. I have a great team that I've had the honor and pleasure to work with over 1,200 employees. We've done a lot of work in the last 13 years, doing more with less. I've been able to cut $16 million out of the food budget alone by privatizing and squeezing that budget and putting it back into making sure deputies are on the road during these difficult fiscal times. Actually, it's a full $18 million. On top of that, I cut another $16 million because of reductions in budgets. Because you, the taxpayer, have seen your property values fall, we reduced our budget accordingly to do more with less, but we're actually doing a lot more with a lot less. As you see, we've got a lot of different programs all across the county. If we're not your primary police agency, we provide a lot of support services from narcotics enforcement, CSI, forensic activity, SWAT, you name it, we have all of those programs to give to a local community in Oakland County at no expense to that county because you are part of our county. We also provide primary policing in 16 communities such as Pontiac, Rochester Hills, Lyon, etc. And in all of those operations, I'm proud to say the men and women of the Oakland County Sheriff's Office have stepped up dramatically in these challenging budget times and in these challenging crime times to do more with less. And we're getting it done. For example, just in Pontiac alone, when we moved into the primary policing role there, we were able to take a 70-minute response time in Pontiac and bring it down. That's on 911 calls, 70 minutes, and bring it down to about 6 to 7 minutes. And so it's a pretty dramatic turnaround. Arrests are up 400%. And the community, I think, is feeling safer than it has in a long time. But there's more work to be done. So I ask you, the voters, the constituents of Oakland County, send me back as your sheriff. We believe we've got a lot of work done, but there's more to be done. And I'm honored by some of the recognition the Sheriff's Office has received since I've been your Oakland County Sheriff. There's only been 2 elected officials in a well over 90-year period where a society of executives have given an award as Executive of the Year. I was one of those 2 for leading the Sheriff's Office through these tough fiscal times and these challenging crime times. But we can continue to do that and continue to make Oakland County a bastion of both public well-being in terms of crime being compressed and staying within our fiscal means. I'm the largest part of the Oakland County budget, and yet we maintain a AAA bond rating here in Oakland County. With Brooks Patterson and the other folks on the team, we do a 3-year budget in Oakland County. We're the only county in America to do that. And my budget is in balance 3 years from now, not just now. And if all other levels of government at the state and federal level were to adopt the same kind of activity, we wouldn't see the compression and the more difficult access to capital and seeing spending beyond our means that we see, sadly, every day across America. So thank you to my team. Thank you to you, the voters, for giving me the opportunity to serve. I ask for your vote and support again. I've given you a really, really brief report card on what we've been able to accomplish. We have more good things in store. We're going to expand our forensic service lab without asking for more money to do more things like DNA and other things so we can bring quicker solution to those serious crimes that we see and hope to see less of. So thank you again. I'm Mike Bouchard, and I'm asking for your vote this November. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jane Felice Boudreau, and I'm running for Oakland County Sheriff. This November, voters in Oakland County are being provided a better choice about who to hire to become their next sheriff. I stand in stark comparison and contrast to the current sheriff, who's consistently absent from his post. I believe the taxpayers in Oakland County deserve better. My 28-year law enforcement career is diverse and began with the Pontiac Police Department. I was then hired by the Oakland County Sheriff's Office. I've served in the Road Patrol, Corrections Division, Marine Division, and the Satellite Services Division. I was promoted to the rank of sergeant in 1998 and was afforded the opportunity under Sheriff John F. Nichols to become the first female substation commander in the history of the department. I am proud to say that I broke ground in many other areas. I was the first female training officer, the first female commander in the Circuit Court Division, and also the first female training sergeant in the training department. I was also on the Dare Officers Association of Michigan board for over 7 years. During that time, I worked with police officers all across the state of Michigan cooperatively to bring training and better services to the communities in which they serve. I held the position of president of that association for over 3 years, and in this role, I organized and trained over 400 officers each year throughout Michigan, as well as in neighboring states. Moving forward, I ask voters to closely look at this current sheriff's record. Starting from the day he was hired, he has sought other employment. He ran for U.S. Senate in 2008 or in 2006 while still acting as your sheriff. He was rehired in 2008 as sheriff, and that exactly what I told everyone that he would do. He took off on the campaign trail once again, this time running for governor. He finished at the end of that primary. Taxpayers of Oakland County have been paying him $10,000 a month in salary, all while he spends months and months away from the post and the job that he was hired to do. This is not responsible. This is not a leader. Taxpayers of Oakland County deserve better, and that's why I'm running for sheriff. In the past few weeks, we've seen circumstances with the Oakland County Sheriff's Aviation Unit making a poor choice, responding to an alleged fight in Pontiac, and dropping a helicopter less than 100 feet off the ground. When they did this, vehicles were damaged, people went to the hospital, and not only that, but the decision that those pilots made was in direct violation of the department policy as well as the federal regulation for aircraft. The Federal Aviation Association is now investigating this circumstance, and I believe that in the end you will see that the sheriff's helicopters were in the wrong. During these tough economic times, a true leader and valuable manager would be looking for ways to save money, maximize available jail space, and give our deputies the support and leadership they deserve. In these tough economic times, the citizens of Oakland County need to know that this current sheriff has missed every fiscal meeting this year with the Oakland County Board of Commissioners. I have the experience and the skills to move forward to become your next sheriff. I'm committed to serving the public and protecting the citizens of Oakland County each and every day. This is the job that I started out to do, the job that I wanted from the time I was 5 years old. I want to become your next sheriff. I will be available, I'll be approachable, and give even-handed service to the citizens of Oakland County. I ask that in November, you make the better choice, vote Jane Felice Boudreau for Oakland County Sheriff. Thank you so much for your time.
Hi, I'm Lisa Brown, candidate for Oakland County Clerk. I grew up here in Oakland County. It's where I'm raising my boys, and I'm deeply committed to the future of our community. I have been actively involved in our schools, local charities, service organizations, and for the past 3 years, I've had the honor of serving as a state representative. As a legislator, I have always put the people of Oakland County before partisan politics, and I've worked diligently to protect every citizen's right to vote, defend women's rights and reproductive freedom, prevent special interests from corrupting our elections, and to promote fiscal responsibility. These are my values, and these are the values that I will bring to the Oakland County Clerk's office, along with the leadership and integrity that Oakland County residents expect and deserve. Many residents may not realize the important services the county clerk provides. The Oakland County Clerk Register of Deeds is the official record keeper for the county. They are responsible for overseeing the receipt, storage, retrieval, and safeguarding of public records, including circuit court legal documents, registration for small businesses, license applications to carry concealed pistols, as well as all records for marriage, birth, and death. As our county's chief election official, my top priority will be to protect the integrity of our elections. The right to vote is the very foundation of a free society, and I will work to ensure that every eligible citizen has access to the ballot. The clerk's office also provides some other essential services. I will respond to the needs of residents and work every day to make these services more convenient and accessible to all citizens of Oakland County. I will use the clerk's mobile office to bring services directly to customers at a variety of locations, including schools, assisted living facilities, and senior centers. And I will work with our cities and townships to make common businesses, such as marriage license, birth certificates, and death certificates, available through local clerk's offices in every community. The clerk's office can make better use of technology to protect property owners with email and mobile alerts when any documentation regarding their property is filed. And I will be on the side of homeowners in the struggle against unjust foreclosures. Finally, I will return fiscal responsibility to the county clerk's office by ensuring that every single dollar is used efficiently in the quest to provide high-quality services and the lowest possible cost to taxpayers, not on fancy office renovations and personal indulgences we have seen from recent officials. As our clerk and Register of Deeds, I will continue to put people first and work to make the Oakland County Clerk's Office a model that other counties aspire to. So this November, please support me, Lisa Brown, for clerk, and I will serve as a strong voice for all of Oakland County.
Hello, I'm Bill Bullard Jr., your Oakland County Clerk Register Deeds, and I am asking for your support and your vote on November 6th to allow me to continue to serve you. Oakland County is one of the best managed governments in the nation, and being part of the team with Brooks Patterson and Mike Bouchard, I have played an integral role in keeping us on top. Last year, with my leadership, our office won 6 national awards for groundbreaking, cutting-edge, and efficiency for transformational program initiatives. My office at the Clerk and Register of Deeds is the office in Oakland County which has the most daily interaction with you, the public. While I enjoy seeing people every day coming through our lines and using our services, I have made it my top priority to get as many of our services as possible transformed to online, not inline. I know you are busy, and we have made great strides to increase the amount of time and gas you can save by not having to drive to Pontiac and wait in line. I had the honor of representing you in the state Senate for many years. I know what great communities Novi, Farmington, and Farmington Hills are. I also know how busy your lives are, and that is why I have made a priority of bringing our services to you. Our mobile offices have been and will be in Novi and Farmington Hills many times this year. We have even opened up shop on Saturdays at local farmers markets to better serve you. Mobile offices, online absentee ballot tracking, e-filing of court documents, e-recording of deeds, and fraud check protecting your property are just a few of the ways I have worked to try and save you time and money. This is just the beginning, And with your support, I will continue to work and look for ways which I can help to save you time and money. I have and will continue to always be vigilant with taxpayer dollars, not only within our budget, constantly looking for ways to reduce our spending, but also in abuse. I led in discovering and bringing to justice mortgage fraud abuses and foreclosure abuses, which had cost Oakland County residents millions of dollars. Finally, in one of your most basic constitutional rights, I promise to always protect your rights and access to vote, and make sure that there will never be abuse or fraudulent activity within our electoral system in Oakland County. I'm Bill Bullard, your county clerk, and I am asking you to keep me serving you with your vote on Tuesday, November 6th. Thank you.
Hi, I am Marty Nolenberg, and I am running for Oakland County Treasurer. I have been a small business owner for over 25 years. I currently own 2 businesses, an Allstate insurance agency and a coin laundromat. Over the years, I have fixed struggling businesses, made them successful, and above all, I have provided jobs for people. My success in business was made possible by deeply held principles of integrity and careful money management. Integrity does matter, and I intend to bring this type of respect to the Treasurer's office. And as County Treasurer, I will use careful discretion to manage taxpayers' money, your money, better. Everywhere I go, people ask me, why am I running? My answer is simple. I am running for Treasurer to make sure that Oakland County doesn't end up like Wayne County. By that I mean we must resist the failed policies and bad decisions that has crippled Wayne County financially. We cannot go down that same road. Here in Oakland County, we enjoy a high quality of life. Opportunities that come from having a AAA bond rating, better housing, good paying jobs. All these things have been made possible thanks to the leadership and sound fiscal policies put in place by our county executive, Brooks Patterson, and his team. Now we need a county treasurer who will work with Brooks Patterson and not against him. I am committed to work with Brooks Patterson to make sure that Oakland County stays on the path to prosperity for our generation and for our kids and grandkids. As Oakland County Treasurer, I have a plan to manage taxpayer money better. I will end treasurer perks. I will reduce tax foreclosures, and I will protect your property values. To end treasurer perks, I am currently leading the charge with legislation in Lansing to prohibit county treasurers from personally profiting off the collection of property taxes. It is just wrong for treasurers to be paid hundreds of thousands of dollars in secret bonuses on the backs of hardworking taxpayers. For example, over the last 26 years, the Wayne County Treasurer has taken more than $500,000 in bonuses. The current Oakland County Treasurer called these types of bonuses part of the job. I believe this is just wrong, especially at a time when so many homeowners are struggling. Secondly, we must do a better job at reducing foreclosures. Tax foreclosures have skyrocketed under the current Oakland County Treasurer. My goal is to make it easier for homeowners to keep up on their property taxes so they can stay in their homes. Just like any other household expense today, we need to expand the options for payments to include the internet and automatic monthly payments to prevent them from ever falling behind. Thirdly, we need to do a better job of protecting property values in Oakland County. My solution is to create a delinquent tax prevention system, which is the key to protecting property values. Prevention is the key. Through prevention and the elimination of unfair late fees, we will stop neighborhood foreclosures. This will stabilize and increase the value of your home. I have lived in Oakland County for over 45 years. I was raised here. I went to public schools here. I started businesses here, and I provided people with jobs here. I love Oakland County, and I want to see us prosper. We need to make sure that we don't go down this same financial road that Wayne County did. As Oakland County Treasurer, I will work hard every day to help people. I will help people stay in their homes. I will help protect people's home values, and I will restore people's faith in their government. As county treasurer, I will bring integrity to the office, and I will use my business background to establish more accountability and to manage your tax dollars better. Thank you for this opportunity to talk with you. I humbly ask you for your vote for Oakland County Treasurer on Tuesday, November 6th. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Andy Meisner, and I'm the Oakland County Treasurer. I'm running for re-election as Oakland County Treasurer this November. When I ran to be your county treasurer in 2008, the bottom was falling out. Our financial system was melting down, our property values were tanking, we were seeing a record number of foreclosures that were going on, and it was my belief that the county treasurer's office could do more to help to protect property values, to fight foreclosure, and to help secure our financial future. One of the first things that I did as county treasurer was to share in the sacrifice of the difficult times that Oakland County had been facing. I was the first county official to turn down a free county taxpayer-funded car, gasoline, and cell phone. Like I said, because I think it's important to share in the sacrifice. I made a voluntary pay cut. Just recently was offered a $500 one-time payment or bonus that I'm turning down as well. Because I think that what we need to do is sacrifice, and we need to make sure as well that we're cutting wasteful spending. This is a lean time, and we need to make sure that government is operating in a lean way. That's why I'm very proud that I've been able to cut $1.7 million out of the treasurer's budget, and that each of the years that I've been county treasurer, we have balanced the budget, and we have a balanced budget going out to 2015. And that's something that is, I think, very important. Right now in Oakland County, property values are starting to stabilize. We're seeing foreclosures are down. Oakland County is fighting back successfully against the foreclosure crisis and returning prosperity to our beautiful county. And I think that this is as a result of some of the things that we've been working on. In addition to sacrificing and cutting wasteful spending, what I've also tried to do is to take the office of the county treasurer out of the shadows and into some of the biggest challenges that face Oakland County today, like creating jobs, protecting property values, and fighting foreclosure. Now, one of the things that I did when I became county treasurer was to explore ways for Oakland County to recover some of the money that we've lost through property values. And that's why I was the first in the country to file a lawsuit against mortgage giants Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to make them pay their fair share of the real estate transfer tax. I was the first one in the country to file this suit, and we sued them in federal court on behalf of Oakland County taxpayers, and we won. A multi-million-dollar judgment that has been replicated around the state and now around the county, trying to provide national leadership, which people have come to expect from Oakland County. Within 6 months of taking office, I started a free foreclosure prevention program called fightmortgageforeclosure.com/Oakland, where anybody can get free assistance figuring out if they qualify for a program to help save their home, because too many of us are innocent victims of the foreclosure crisis. We paid our bills on time, done what we can, but because of a foreclosure across the street, our property values have suffered. And as I talk about securing our financial future, thanks in part to policies that have been in place and to my work as county treasurer, Oakland County has maintained the coveted AAA bond rating, which is a seal of approval from the rating agencies to say that we are well managed and that we are a good credit risk. Going forward, Oakland County has a choice about whether we want to continue to move forward, to protect property values, to fight the effects of foreclosure, to create jobs. As county treasurer, I've invested many millions of dollars in community banks and credit unions that have turned around and created jobs locally through small business loans. These are the sorts of things that we need to continue to do in Oakland County so that we can promote prosperity, protect our property values, and fight foreclosure. This November, I, Andy Meisner, your Oakland County Treasurer, am asking for your vote for my reelection. I feel that I've provided honest leadership with real results, and it's been a tremendous honor to represent the greatest county in the entire country, and I hope to have the chance to do that going forward. So thank you very much for your consideration. I'd be honored to have your support. Please reelect Andy Meisner for Oakland County Treasurer. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Oakland County Water Resources Commissioner John McCullough. My office is one of the least understood of any elected position in the county. In fact, one of the most frequently asked questions I am asked is, what does the Water Resources Commissioner do? My duties include overseeing water treatment and distribution, wastewater collection and treatment, stormwater drainage, lake level controls, soil erosion controls, and a wide variety of other environmental programs. I oversee a staff of 220 people and have an annual budget of more than $200 million. My office services numerous communities throughout Oakland County. For example, in Farmington Hills, my office contracts with the city to handle public works services for all water, sewer, and billing matters. In the city of Novi, my office operates a wastewater treatment plant for the residents in the northern part of the city. In my tenure as Water Resources Commissioner, I have taken an aggressive approach on issues such as greater security measures to protect the state's water supply, including the Great Lakes, and instilling safeguards to ensure sewage does not seep into our lakes, rivers, and streams. I successfully led the effort to change the governance of the Detroit Water and Sewerage Department to give Oakland County residents true representation on the Water Board and a vote on how the system is governed. My other major achievements include assisting local communities in improving water-related efficiencies and reducing cost, creating a regional asset management system, and eliminating unnecessary regulations that impact our citizens. My top priorities over the next 4 years will be to hold Detroit Water and Sewerage Department accountable, providing transparency and minimizing water and sewer rate increases. I will continue working towards eliminating burdensome state environmental regulations while protecting the environment. I will also work towards a permanent funding mechanism to deal with the aging infrastructure replacement costs. I will advocate minimizing water and sewer rate increases by working with Detroit Water and Sewerage Department and the Water Board. And I'll continue to recommend ways to cut bureaucratic red tape, protect the environment, and streamline the process for doing business within the state. I will support a permanent funding mechanism to pay for replacing or refurbishing aging infrastructure. My solution would be 1/3 of the money would be provided by the federal government, another 1/3 by the local communities, and the remaining 1/3 will be funded via low-interest loans from the state of Michigan. For more information or to contact me, visit my website at www.mccullough2012.com. Again, my website is www.mcculloch2012.com. I'm Oakland County Water Resources Commissioner John McCullough, asking for your support on November 6th.
Howdy folks, my name is Jim Nash. I've had the honor of being your county commissioner in Farmington Hills for 8 years now. It has truly been an honor to serve this community. I am interested now in running for the Water Resources Commissioner, the Oakland County state countywide position that is really the environmental agency for the county. We make sure that our water quality stays where it is, our water system works properly, all our lake levels are correct. We make sure that nothing ends up in our waters that shouldn't be there. I have been involved, since I've been a county commissioner, the entire 8 years, pushing the idea of sustainability and green building. I introduced the concept of green building to the County Commission back in 2005. Basically what it does is says whenever you make a decision today, you have to take into consideration the life of that decision and how it will affect our children and our grandchildren. Basically, this started under Theodore Roosevelt in 1908. He made a speech and when he said, conservation is a great moral issue, for it involves the patriotic duty of ensuring the safety and continuance of the nation. I take that to heart. I believe that what we have to do is make sure that all our decisions today do not impact badly on our future generations. As a county commissioner, I have been working very hard on a wide range of issues having to do with green building, with veterans issues, with mental health issues, especially working regionally. I've worked with, I helped create the Partnership for Sustainability between Wayne, Macomb, Oakland counties and the city of Detroit several years ago, and how we can coordinate our efforts to make sure we have a sustainable future. I've also worked in the past couple of years with a group called Our Path, which is a advocacy agency between 5 counties in Southeast Michigan and the city of Detroit to create a really truly sustainable rapid transit system in our county and in our region. Using that countywide position, regional issues I've been working on, I would very strongly oppose fracking in Oakland County. I'm not sure if you know what that is. It's a way of reaching deep deposits of gas, natural gas underneath Oakland County. They've opened up 18,000 acres to this very dirty process to extract gas and oil. This is a direct threat to our water quality in the long term. We must make sure this one thing that Oakland County and Michigan has more than any other state in the country is our water, fresh water supply. We cannot threaten that water supply. I am very strongly opposed to allowing fracking in Oakland County until we have really good containment programs. We know what they're injecting into the ground under very high pressure to extract this. Right now, there's no legal requirement that they tell us what they're entering into the ground. My opponent, the current Water Resources Commissioner, has taken no position on fracking, and I think that's a serious mistake for the long-term viability of our communities. I've also been working on stormwater issues. I think we can do more with stormwater, preventing the problem that causes algae blooms, it causes bacteria in our water supply, and we can do that if we work regionally. I've been always been very interested in doing that as a issue. I have very strong bipartisan support from local communities all across the county, from Ferndale up to Clarkston to every part of our county. Local elected officials are concerned about fracking. They're concerned about how our current Water Resources Commissioner treats local communities. I want to make sure that every community in our county is treated fairly. Right now, there's several communities in our county that are paying much higher sewage rates because he changed the way sewer rates are figured in those cities. And I will make sure that all our communities are treated fairly. I would like you to visit my website, votejimnash.com. It's a very important website to really get a background on all these issues. This is a very limited forum, and I want to make sure that people understand the issues when they go to the polls. So please visit votejimnash.com. One last thing, I promise, if I'm elected to this position, this is the only position I will ever seek in the future. I want to work for the water, for the environment, and for our economy in the long term, not run for other offices. My opponent, John McCullough, has run for the U.S. Senate 3 times. He's run for governor before. He has run for every office that is higher than this. I promise you, if I'm elected to this position, all my energies will go to making sure we have the purest water possible. So thank you for this opportunity to speak to you, and if I can ever help you, please, my phone number is 248-471-3759. Thank you now. Bye-bye.
Hello, my name is Kathy Crawford, and I'm currently serving my first 2-year term as Oakland County Commissioner for District 9, and I am seeking a second term. My first term on the Oakland County Board of Commissioners has been extremely busy. I was appointed to 13 active committees. Coming from a city that's clearly a respected leader in Oakland County did put me in a better position to make a difference, but you still have to show up and get to work. Experience and leadership, I think, are 2 of the most important attributes of an effective member of any council, board, or commission. I have a long history of experience, leadership, and community involvement in Novi and Oakland County. I've been doing this my entire life, from selling flags with my youth group on Memorial Day when I was 9 years old, to working on committees that changed us from a township to a city, a committee that brought us 12 Oaks Mall, the police station. I've worked on committees for the Civic Center, the gun range, the Novi Senior Center, senior housing, Novi Theater, and the new Novi Library, and more. I am a forward-thinking, energetic person, and I give 100% to issues that are right for Novi and the region. It is out of the ordinary for a freshman to be appointed to the Finance Committee, but I was appointed to the Finance Committee by the chair. It is also out of the ordinary for a freshman to be placed on 3 of the 5 standing committees. However, in addition to Finance, I was selected to serve as Vice Chair of General Government, as well as a member of the Oakland County Planning and Building. My previous experiences of hard work and experience resulted in my being appointed to the Oakland County Community Advisory Council, Vice Chair of the Cable Casting, and now our meetings are cablecast. The board chair, Gengel, also appointed me to the Oakland County Retirees Compensation Board, the Oakland Livingston Human Service Board, the Executive Board, and I have also advocated for our board to go on to electronic packets, which has saved us lots of money and trees. I have decades of experience in issues relating to aging and have been a professional in the field of aging for over 30 years. I met with the Health Department and the AAA1B area agency to develop strategies that would address the issues facing our older adults. I'm happy to report that in my first year, not only was I chair of a successful demonstration project addressing senior transportation, but I've also worked hard to strengthen the Oakland County Senior Advisory Committee and identify gaps in services for older adults throughout the county. And we are proceeding to assist senior centers in getting the resources that will lessen many of the problems facing growing numbers. I've introduced resolutions to the board on a variety of topics that would help the county, and particularly Novi, such as requesting that the board join with me and the Oakland County Clerk in asking that those communities within the 11th District be reimbursed for this special election to fill the remainder of McCotter's term in Congress. Also, a resolution supporting Great Lakes Fair in Novi, a resolution supporting Buy Michigan products, and several others. There are many little things that I've done as commissioner that have wide-ranging effects, such as touring Oakland County Farmers Market as a member of the Planning and Building Committee. I talked to vendors and customers and discovered that one problem was that you could not use a credit or debit card. And after a little research, we were able to get an ATM installed so that the customers are happy and the vendors don't lose sales. In addition, I noted the poor traffic circulation and the inadequate bathrooms and vendor carts. I lobbied for turning the market over to the Oakland County Parks, who are accomplished at traffic control, creative programming, and know how to improve the property. So within the past few months, the Oakland County Parks have now taken over the market, and already it's vastly improved. Those are just a couple of examples of little things I have worked on. Little things can have big impact. Most things are very simple. You identify a problem or a need based on facts, and you work toward a solution. It involves persuasion, and you have to be a collaborator, not just a complainer. That's how things get done. I am forward-thinking, I show up, use common sense, persuade others to join with me, and we act. Pretty simple, but not always easy. Thank you for listening, and I want and need your vote in November. I am endorsed by County Executive Brooks Patterson and many others. And so for the full list of my endorsements, I invite you to check out my website at kathyscrawford.org. And thank you once again.
Hello, my name is Gwen Markham. I'm running for Oakland County Commissioner in the 9th District. That's the city of Novi, Novi Township, and the part of Northville that's north of 8 Mile Road and Baseline Road. I was born and raised in Pontiac. My dad was Oakland County's first county executive, Daniel T. Murphy. So around the dinner table at my house when I was growing up, we talked about things like parks and roads and tornado sirens and how to make our community better for all the people that live there. My dad was really interested in government for the people, making things better. When I grew up, I graduated from Western Michigan University. I started a career in manufacturing at Oldsmobile in Lansing, Michigan. I later moved out west and spent time in the military defense electronics industry. And 17 years ago, my family and I moved back to Novi. Since we've moved back, I've been on the Planning Commission twice. I served as president of the Friends of the Novi Theaters, and I've done many other volunteer jobs in our community. People ask me why I'm running for this seat. About 9 months ago, I had some friends over, all about my age, some a little older, some a little younger, and what I realized as we were all sitting around my kitchen table was that every one of us has an adult child who's living at home. Our young people are not able to get their careers started here in Oakland County, and some of them are working 2 and 3 jobs and living at home because they're not able to move out onto their own. So I started to look into that and realized that since the year 2000, Oakland County has lost 175,000 jobs. That's a fourth of all the jobs that were lost in Michigan. Next year, L. Brooks Patterson says we will be back to full employment and we will have added 41,000 jobs. That's why we still see all the empty storefronts, industrial parks, and factories dotting our landscape all over Oakland County. And I think that we need to be doing more to bring jobs back to our area. So where does the current county commission sit on all of this? Where is our current board? They spent the first 4 months of 2012 on a power grab redistricting game that they played to put the county board in their favor. After that, they voted against recommending the Bridge to Canada, which would create more jobs. And just recently, they voted against microloans for small businesses in Oakland County. They should be focused on jobs, but they're not. And yet, other communities in Michigan are doing such a better job. For example, in Ann Arbor, they've done a great job of helping people with ideas, find people with money and available space, and start new companies, and be able to employ the skilled workers in the area. Across the state, 2 weeks ago, the Port of Muskegon shipped its first international shipment in 10 years out of Muskegon to a European country. It was a wind turbine that had been built right here in Michigan. So whether you want to make cupcakes, movies, or nanotubes, here in Oakland County, with all of our abundant resources, we need to be doing more to put tomorrow's jobs in the empty factories and industrial parks of today. We also need to be spending our resources on protecting and taking care of our infrastructure. Of our $192 million budget surplus this year, that's a surplus, extra money. Some of that should be spent fixing the bridges, fixing the dams, and fixing the roads of Oakland County. As I've walked around the neighborhoods this summer and met the voters in our district, I find that people love Oakland County. They love living here, they want to raise their families here, and the young people want to stay here. So I would like to be part of the Oakland County Commission to focus on bringing the economic recovery back to our county. My name's Gwen Markham. I'm running for Oakland County Commissioner in the 9th District. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Clay Jansen, and I'm a candidate for a trustee position with the Oakland County Community College Board of Directors. Before I ask for your support and for your vote, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. I am 58 years old. I am married. My wife Sue and I live in the village of Milford, and we have 3 adult children, 2 of whom live out of state. I'm a 1974 graduate of Oakland Community College, which springboarded me into my undergraduate studies at Ferris State University, as well as my graduate work at the University of Detroit Mercy. I am also a graduate of the Elected Officials Academy, and most recently, I graduated from the FBI National Academy in Quantico, Virginia. Public service is not a new venue for me. I am a 36-year veteran of the Oakland County Sheriff's Office and currently hold the position of lieutenant. As well, I have served on many boards and commissions, including, but not limited to, the Village of Milford Parks and Recreation Commission, Zoning Board of Appeals, Planning Commission, and Village Council, a part of which I served as President Pro Tem. Additionally, I have been the Secretary and President of the Oakland County Command Officers Association. I serve on my Homeowners Board, and I also serve as the chairperson for the state on the Citizens Review Panel for Child Fatalities. My 3 main purposes in serving on this board, OCCs, are as follows. First is to help maintain fiscal responsibility and ensure that tax dollars paid by you, the citizens of Oakland County, are used wisely and correctly. My fiscal background comes from serving on Village Council in Milford, also operating the budget for Commerce Township as their station commander for the Sheriff's Office, and then lastly, managing a large budget for our Homeowners Association. Number two, I want to develop a plan to assist the unemployed in pursuing a course of study that will allow them to re-enter the workforce and become tax-paying citizens. And then lastly, to develop a comprehensive plan to help students that are graduating from Oakland Community College to transition into four-year institutions. I'm hoping that this brief statement about myself and about my background both convince you and will allow you to support me and vote for me on November 6th. Thank you for listening to this message.
Howdy folks, I'm Randy Stone. I'm running for Board of Trustees of Oakland Community College on the nonpartisan ballot on the back of it. Please go there and look for me. There's 13 of us running for 2 positions and I'm buried amongst those. So take a look and vote for me. I am an alumni of OCC, as is my wife and my 2 children. That makes us a member of the plus 750,000 people who have gone through OCC. I want to pay back OCC for the opportunities they've given all of us in our family by running for this position. I'm also running on the basis of what I have done for the college and what I'm presently doing. I'm presently, as a retiree of OCC, on the Board of Trustees for Oakland Community College Scholarship Foundation. In the years I've been at OCC, I've had experience with the independent student, the corporate student, and the government student, including police, fire, homeland security folks, and our medical students. I've been at all the campuses, so I know those cultures pretty well. And I want to continue to offer my services to the college and support its quality, low cost, and efficient programs that we have. As OCC has done in the past, I want to support their activities in supporting our students in this time of economic crisis. Have an education from University of Michigan and Michigan State, and I hold a PhD in economic development. And like many of you, I've worked on assembly lines at night and went to school during the daytime. Thank you. Please vote for me, Randy Stone, Oakland Community College, nonpartisan ballot. Thanks.
I am Ravi Yalamanchi, and in this November election, I am a candidate to Oakland Community College trustee. My academic background includes law, MA, MBA, and certified planner with American Institute of Certified Planners. With 27 years of experience in housing, community development, and economic development, and a desire and passion for public service, I have been actively engaged in both public and community service. Currently, I'm serving as council member of City of Rochester Hills, which has truly been an honor and privilege. Oakland Community College is the biggest community college in the state of Michigan with an enrollment of approximately 80,000. OCC is an economic catalyst for Oakland region. OCC is supported both by state of Michigan and Oakland County residents through a millage. The cost of education at OCC per credit hour is less than $72. A 2-year associate's degree is a great start for a young student into the workforce and continuing to a 4-year degree at any one of our state universities, and a great opportunity for adults to get retrained in a different field. Parents and students who worry about high costs of education should look to OCC for opportunity. My vision as a candidate to Oakland Community College trustee is to be part of the governance team and be an effective trustee by working in partnership and supporting the chancellor and administration in their effort to deliver quality education. My role will not be to interject or interfere with day-to-day operations of the college. I strongly believe that affordable education is the pathway to a successful economic future for current and future generations. Community college can both limit costs for students while providing a quality education, connect students to businesses, trades, government, and the nonprofit sector. By providing students with 21st century technical skills and the tools necessary to succeed, we can effectively equip them to be part of a strong, successful workforce. Basic computing skills are essential to being competitive in our ever-changing work environment, and my background in enhancing affordable education opportunities has inspired me to run. I have developed and implemented summer youth training and employment opportunities for over 12 years and created a youth build program over the past 4 years that provides opportunity for high school dropouts to acquire a GED, skills in computer technology and construction trades, and linked to post-secondary with a success rate of 68%. I believe in promoting quality education at an affordable price. OCC is an opportunity for our community to limit the cost of education while providing quality education. Too many young people are not entering to college because of high costs of education. And if they go to college, are leaving college up to their necks in student loans ranging from $50,000 to $100,000. Graduates are often compelled to spend a lifetime paying off these debts. I will advocate at the state level to invest in higher education and training for 21st century jobs. I believe in promoting curriculum that aligns with sector needs and job growth areas, and training in vocational and technical trades. Given my background in developing education opportunities, I plan to focus on programs that provide skill sets for immediate and long-term job needs, as well as ongoing programs for retraining in areas that have strong job prospects. I will support and promote collaboration with business, government, and nonprofit sector. I will support OCC to develop internships and work-study programs in partnership with small and medium-sized businesses, manufacturing and non-manufacturing, local governments, hospitals, and nonprofits that can provide a wealth of experience. Please visit www.raviyalamanchi.com to know more about me. Please call me at 248-396-4858. Please vote absentee or on Tuesday, November 6th. And please take 2 minutes of your time and vote for me as your representative to the Oakland Community College Board of Trustees. Thank you and God bless.
Hello, my name is Gretchen Alanes, and I am asking for your vote for a 6-year term on the Schoolcraft College Board of Trustees in the upcoming November 6th election. My goal as trustee will be to help Schoolcraft College continue to meet the college's founding mission to provide a transformational learning experience that fits the needs of our communities. The Board of Trustees is a nonpartisan board with the key governance and compliance roles in supporting the mission, strategy, and objectives of the college. The trustees partner with college administration, faculty, and employees to achieve leadership in academics, management practices, employee relations, and institutional innovation. Trustees play a key role for ensuring the availability of adequate financial resources to provide programs which meet the needs of the communities. Trustees also ensure appropriate operational policies are in place for your efficient use of your tuition and tax dollars and to ensure compliance with laws and regulations. Serving the business community on the Livonia Chamber of Commerce Board for the last 2 years has been rewarding. My election as a trustee would allow me to further serve by helping to communicate the needs of large industry to the educational community. Our Schoolcraft College trustees are respected professionals representing the legal, consulting, political, and financial communities. However, the board needs a better balance in representing our communities with an experienced professional with the knowledge and understanding of the needs of large industry, as well as the needs of employees and former employees working in these industries. Over 25 years of experience in the internal audit profession in both utilities and global manufacturing industries has provided me with a diverse set of skills in leadership, strategy development, governance, compliance, and process improvement activities. I can bring the right balance to the board and help ensure the strategy of Schoolcraft College results in educational programs that provide skilled employees for industries to help families stay local by working local. My specialty for over 10 years now has been in building new teams and processes in a multicultural environment. The results have been effective partnerships, greater control, better processes, and more efficient operations. And with a mature set of interpersonal skills, I have developed a reputation for being a leader and for being effective, consistent, and probably most important of all, reasonable. I hope to bring these skills to the trustee position to help Schoolcraft College move forward to better meet the needs of the communities it serves. Schoolcraft College provides Detroit metro area communities with an excellent and diverse set of educational opportunities at a reasonable cost. However, today's economy has identified additional needs. As an example, skills related to manufacturing automation are in high demand. Right now, Michigan has the most skilled trade job openings of any in the country, and yet these jobs are not being filled due to lack of available and trained employees. And right now, companies need technology-savvy employees to operate these new systems. More manufacturing automation programs are needed to provide the skilled workers to support the companies now and in the future. This skill set may come from new students or from those displaced by this very automation, or returning veterans and other individuals re-entering the workforce. Michigan colleges are in a great position to design programs that can provide this and other needed skill sets. I want to help Schoolcraft College build an effective and collaborative partnership with area businesses, community leaders, organizations, and other educational institutions. We need a frequent and direct dialogue to share our needs and to design programs to provide employees with the right skills at the right time, and to find opportunities for students to gain access to local businesses for mentoring and internships. In another example, staying marketable in a highly competitive job market is difficult. Companies are reducing education budgets, resulting in employees taking on more of the cost of their continuing education. We also still have individuals who are underemployed, who work for less pay and which are not utilizing their skills. This requires flexible education programs that help employees obtain skills that are current, marketable, and relevant to their employer, and that help them achieve this goal while working full or part-time jobs. Schoolcraft College is a critical component of our community. Please help me assist Schoolcraft College to continue moving forward with relevant programs by voting for me, Gretchen Alanes, for Schoolcraft College Board of Trustees on November 6th. Thank you.
Hi, my name is John Dalton, and I'm a candidate for Schoolcraft College trustee. I'm running on 3 major issues that I think are facing the students of the college district, and these issues are issues that I think are really affecting the way students are able to learn in school and perform and be able to afford going to Schoolcraft. My top issue right now is lower textbook costs. And by lowering textbook costs, I'm talking about having innovative ideas on how to reduce the cost of textbooks to the student. Pricing books competitively with Amazon.com is one of them. The second option would be a textbook rental service. They have them online, why not have them on campus? It's a good way to make money for the college as well as saving money for students. The third form is having textbooks available for students at the Schoolcraft College Library. Students should be able to go to the library and use the textbooks on hold on the reserve shelf, which they do have right now, and students need to be made aware of those options. Affordable tuition. Tuition needs to be affordable for all students, as well as retraining programs that help people go back to work and be retrained into new lines of work, like unemployed auto workers going back for nursing degrees. And Schoolcraft provides that opportunity, and it needs to be affordable for them. The third point would be no miscellaneous fees. Miscellaneous fees are one of those little annoying things that going to college, you got to pay for, and you don't know what it's for. And I think they need to be explicitly, defined what they're going towards and what they're for. Like you shouldn't have to pay for something that you have no idea what it's going for. I mean, it's kind of like the idea of no taxation without representation. And by following that model, I think that it'll make a lot more students, a bit happier, and tuition might be more affordable if we were able to eliminate that fee. I have numerous different endorsements, one of them from State Senator Patrick Kolbeck. The other ones are from Northville Township trustee Chris Rusin, multiple different Schoolcraft College professors, as well as a Novi resident who's pretty well known in the community is Rana Romney McDaniel. And just a little bit of information on myself. I was appointed by Livonia Mayor Jack Kirksey to the Livonia Human Relations Commission. I am the former state political director of the College Republicans. I was elected in 2010 to be a precinct delegate serving the Livonia and Wayne County area in the Republican Party. And I'm also the former vice president of the Spanish American Latino Student Association. You can vote on November 6th on the nonpartisan section of the ballot. There are two spots that are open for election that you can vote for. I'm one of the people that I hope to have your vote. And thank you very much.